Welcome to another payment gateway integration video, and in this video we're back again with another Cybersource gateway walkthrough. This time we're demonstrating their unified checkout solution. Their every gateway has their own hosted solution. This is Cybersource's. It's this form over here that you could see. So they support card payment, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and other local methods, like in this case you can see here Misa, which is a card method for Egypt, and it supports ReactJS. So with one API call you'll generate a token and then you send that token to your client side, and then on there you're gonna have a JavaScript library that takes in that token and display this page that you can see over here. So in a previous video I showed you guys how to use that solution to only set up Apple Pay, Google Pay, and click to pay when you already have your own payment form and you just want to add those wallets. In this video, I'm gonna demonstrate how you can use it for everything, card payment, wallets, and so on, with ReactJS included. So as always, I have a demo here ready for you to show you what that experience looked like. So you hit checkout with card, you enter a card, and when you click on continue, confirm, you're gonna get the ReactJS prompt in a pop-up window. Then you enter your OTP. This is your ReactJS experience here. You hit submit, and then when the payment is confirmed, you get redirected to your result page. That's what it looks like, and let me show you how to implement it. Here's a blank page that doesn't have this implemented in it. Now your first step in this implementation will be to call this API over here. This is called the Generate Capture Context API. This is the endpoint /UP for unified payments. V1 capture-context. It's a post request. You need to authenticate it using Cybersource authentication, create the signature and all that. And here in the API, you gotta specify the domain which this will be mounted on, the client version. .30 is the latest one. The card networks that you support, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, a local card. Like for example, if you're in Saudi Arabia, you'll support MADA. If you're in Pakistan, you'll support PayPack. If you're in Egypt, you'll support Misa. But you can't support those all at the same time because you're not at these three countries at the same time. So usually for each country, it'll be one of these. Anyways, keep it simple for now, Visa and MasterCard. Here it says complete mandate, which means what do you want it to do after it collects the payment information. Here it says prefer auth, which means it will, when possible, it will try to just authorize the payment as opposed to just debiting the card right away. I want it to debit the card right away, which is what most people want in their integration. So I'll set this to capture. Then you got Decision Manager. This is the fraud management system of Cybersource, and Consumer Authentication. This is ReactJS. I'll set both of them to true. And here you specify the type of payments that you want to enable. Pan entry, Apple Pay, Google Pay, click to pay. Country, locale, and then the billing type. Here you can make this solution collect the full billing information like shipping address, billing address, and so on, email, phone. But I'll keep it simple. I'll just have it ask for the card, first name, last name. To do that, I'll set the billing type to none. Then the amount and the currency, then the billing address. This is optional. You could remove this too. So you send this, you're gonna get a big JW token that looks like this. When you decode that, this token will have the JavaScript library in it. It will be here. You'll get two values, the client library URL, which is this one, and the client library integrity, which is a hash that validates that this is coming from Cybersource. Okay, so the first step will be to implement this API call in our server. So let's go ahead and do that. Here is where I'll be hosting my endpoints. I'll only require implementing one API, which is the Capture Context API. I'll paste in my request. This is what my request looks like, just like I showed you earlier. This time I'll try just enabling PayPack instead of Misa. PayPack is the card method in Pakistan. I want to show you what that looked like on the page. And my amount and currency, I'm going to get that from my client side instead of hard coding it. So request, body, amount, and currency. This is my request credentials. I need the domain name, my URL path for the API, merchant ID, also known as the organization ID, key ID, which I generate from my portal, secret ID, which I generate from also the portal when I create my API key. Then to create the request headers For my request, I'll use this library, Cybersource Auth. This is a JavaScript package that I created to make it easier for people to integrate using Cybersource, because calculating the headers, which look like this for your request, is pretty complicated if you don't understand cryptography like I do. I don't understand cryptography. So this is just a plug and play module. You plug in your credentials and then it spits out the headers, and you can just include the headers in your request like this, which what I'll do. So here are my headers, creating them using this method. And this is how I send my API request using Axios. My headers go here. This is my endpoint. And this is how I send the response back to the server. Now, let's test this in the emulator, check if it's working. Here is my emulator endpoint. Take that, go to Postman. Now, in my request, I need to specify an amount, $23, let's say, and currency, USD. Send that. We should get a JWT token as a response, which is here. Now, this is good. Let's go ahead, deploy it, and I'm gonna show you guys how to use that on the client side and load the library. Now here on the client side, this is my ReactJS code, and this is just a simple static page just for demo sake. And here, I'm gonna mount my checkout form using this component, checkout form. Here, I'm gonna use useEffect method, which lets you do something as soon as the page load. I'm gonna initialize some variables. Then I'm gonna make an API call to my server that looks like this. Make an API call to that very endpoint that we're deploying right now. And I'm gonna send the amount and the currency. And then it's gonna respond by that same token data, which I get, and then I decode using this method, decode JWT. You can easily find the code like this online that decodes the JWT token, Google it, or just use ChatGPT to make you one. It's pretty easy. And then once I decode the token, I extract from it the library URL that I showed you earlier, the integrity hash, and I'm gonna need the token itself to load the unified checkout page. Cool, now we need to load the library. Now, unlike most library implementations that you have done with JavaScript, this one won't be just a URL that we include in our HTML that just loads the library and then we access it using window.library. Here, they're following best practices. They're making you mount the library dynamically, which means on every transaction. This allows your client side to have the latest version of the library and the URL of the library without having to fix your client side every time Cybersource releases an update to the library. So the way we do this is this. We create a script element, insert it to our HTML document, and we then load it and embed an action within it. This is how we create that. Here we get the head element of the document, and then we insert a new script element in it. We set the attributes for that element, making sure it's asynchronous, and then here's where most of the important part takes place in this piece of code. Let me move myself so you can see. Here I'm saying that when that script element that I just created loads, I'm gonna do these things. I'm gonna initialize the JavaScript library for Unified Checkout. I'm gonna mount it a div with this name, and this is how you initialize it. You create an instance from it, window.accept. You pass that token, JWT token in it, and then this creates the Unified Checkout instance. This shows it, and this will get the payment response from it when the payment is complete. So this method is very, very important. If you wanna use your server instead to do that, you can just remove this and get the response yourself. So this is the most important method here. And then that's gonna return a response object that is similar to this regular Cybersource response object, which goes here. And then from there, there's a parameter called status, which you could use to detect if the payment is successful. And then here what I'm doing is that I'm redirecting to my result page. Alternatively, what you could do is that you could call your server and perform some sort of another action to do that instead. So you don't have to do it the same way I'm doing it. This is just for the demo. And for later in the video, so you can see what that response looked like, I'm gonna log it for you so we can see it in the console later. Payment response, there you go. So in summary, this method completes the payment operation for you. If you don't want it to do that and you want to just get the token yourself, do some sort of an action before you send the payment, like for example, for a promo or a discount, then you would, between doing this and this, you can perform an action here. Cool. Okay, so after you do this, you get the library source code when you set it to the script source attribute. Same thing with integrity, same thing. And you make sure you set the cross origin to anonymous. And then this is how you add it to your document. You do head, add the script. It's gonna add the script element inside the head of this document. So once you do all of that, now it's doing this because it's trying to call my API over here, and my API is not providing a good response. Oh, so this is why my API call to get a capture context is failing. The code is okay, just when I call my API, this should be, the amount should be sent as a string. And now when I do that, it's fine. Okay, now the last step for setting up this library and displaying the form, I need to create a div for both of these IDs over here. So over here where I render the form, I have a condition that when the code is loading, I'll display the progress indicator here. If not, then I'll display the forms. And this is how I create a placeholder for the form to load. Now, the form will not load on an unsecure local host like this. You need to be doing your development on an HTTPS URL that you included here. Okay, so what I'm doing to develop is that I am deploying to my dev environment URL every time I make a change. But to check if the library is working or not, I could simply just check here in the console if it loaded correctly. And I could do this by going here on onload and doing console.js load OK. And then here I can just print that. That tells me that I implemented my library correctly. Okay, now this gives me the confidence to deploy this to my dev URL and test it. So let's go ahead and do that. There you go. The page is now deployed. You can see PayPak, the card brand of Pakistan, is showing up here as a payment option. And this is the token that I'm printing out in the console like I showed you earlier. And now let's go ahead and test this out, see if it's working. I used this specific test card because this is the test card for 3DS in Cybersource. Continue, confirm and continue. I'm gonna get the 3DS prompt now. Enter, submit, and the payment should be complete. And this is how you implement a full payment experience using Unified Checkout with Cybersource Gateway. This was the 3DS and the payment development tutorial. If you want to see the Google Pay, Apple Pay, Click to Pay implementation, there's another video for that. I'll link in the description box below. You can watch that. But that's all for today. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, one API, one JavaScript library implementation. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you want to support the channel and get the full source code that we used in this video, please check the Patreon link in the description box below. And make sure to refer to the official documentation of Cybersource, also in the description box below, for the full details of the implementation of this. And that's it. I'll see you next time.